Hi everybody, so I've got you my last theatre review for my New York trip, which today is Jersey Boys. This was another of my mum's choices. Of course we all wanted to see it, but this was mum's choice. And again, it was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. So for these ones we managed to get 40% off tickets, and we were sat in the 121, 122 and 123. That's nice fitting, isn't it, to go 123. But yes, so 40% off. Not 50% off, but 40% off, but it's still good. It's still fantastic seats. I do not have any idea how we managed to get these tickets. It was absolutely incredible. So yeah, Jersey Boys. I'm going to tell you who I saw in it. So I saw it at the New World Stages. New World Stages has quite a few theatres in it, actually. I want to say there's at least 6 spaces in the New World Stages, because Avenue Q was in there. As like the first one I did, there was The Play That Goes Wrong in there. It was just incredible, because of obviously, you know, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. The week after I got home, I found out that Frankie Valli's granddaughter was going to be going into it, and she was going to be playing her own grandmother. So congratulations to the Valli family for that, because that's totally awesome. So I'm going to tell you who I saw in the show. I did not get a sheet telling me there was any replacement, so everybody who was in the playbill are people that I saw. So I saw Austin Colby as Bob Gaudio, Aaron Ahezu as Frankie Valli, Mark Edwards as Nick Massey, Sam Wolfe as Tommy DeVito, Diana Barger as Francine, and she was also a swing and dance captain, Stephen Surf or Kerf as Gyp Carlo and others, Amanda De La Cruz as Lorraine and others, Andrew Face was swing, Natalie Gallo as Mary Delgado and others, Austin Owen as Bob Crew and others, John Rochette as Norm Waxman and others, Paul Sabala swing, Drew Sirks swing, Joshua Charles Skernick as Joey and others. And then it's book by Marshall Brickman and Rick Ellis, with Bob Crew as the lyricist, Des McAnuff as director, Sergio Trujillo as choreographer. Some names I've never seen here before. Yeah, and costume design by Jess Goldstein or Stein. It was just amazing. Very different theatre space to the one that I saw. The Play That Goes Wrong. Play That Goes Wrong, their theatre space felt smaller than the Jersey Boys one. The Jersey Boys theatre was absolutely incredible. It was huge, especially when you look kind of when you look at New World Station from outside. To be honest, it doesn't look like much. So when you go in and then you go downstairs and you see like all this room, and then you see all the different doors leading off also to all the different theatre spaces, it really throws you off, because you're just like, wow, this goes back a lot further than I thought. But yeah, it was absolutely incredible. As I said, it was my mum's choice because she's been wanting to see Jersey Boys for years. And there was a point when I was just thinking, you never know, I might get to see it at home, because, you know, like, I feel like it's nearly always on tour. There's nearly always a production going on in the UK of it. So I just thought, you know, if we don't get to see it in America, we'll get to see it at home at some point. And but yes, but we went up to the box office and said, have you got Jersey Boys? And they were just like, yeah. And so we were just like, yes. But yeah, it was absolutely amazing. Where I was sat, I could see into the stage right wing a little bit, and it was quite cool. It's cool to be able to sit where you can see something, especially as somebody who knows what it's like to be on the other side of the stage and to know what it's like backstage. It's cool to see how swift everything is, because all the actors bring on their own sets and props and everything, but like I think it's like everything's either on wheels or something that wheels makes the most sense, really, because it was just so seamlessly pushing things on and off. And there were little curtains. I down the side, so you couldn't always see into the wings, but you could tell when something was about to come off because suddenly a curtain would just suddenly move, and then like it would quickly, something would get pushed off, and then the curtain would come back down again. And kind of watching those bits was really cool for me. I know not everybody would have noticed something like that, but I did, and I just thought it was really cool to see how smooth it was. Because when you think of choreography, you think of dancing, don't you? But obviously there was choreography in the way of getting the sets and getting all like the props and the scenery and stuff on and off. That was choreography in itself. It was so seamless, so smooth. Obviously we were tapping our feet to the music because, you know, it's all songs that we know, because it's Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. And to be honest, I never really thought about kind of, because I mean, everybody knows their songs, whether you realise it or not. Those songs are such a big part of nearly everybody's lives, and I never really thought about the history behind it. I haven't seen the movie because there was a Jersey Boys movie, and my mum is convinced she saw it in the middle of the night at one point, just with the captions on, because my mum does that a lot. Wakes up in the middle of the night, turns the TV on, and then puts the captions on so she doesn't wake up my dad. Yeah, because she always said that the film was very dark, and when you kind of think about the fact that, you know, you've got like the Bronx, you've got the Italian mob kind of mentality behind it, so, you know, it's understandable that it would be quite dark, really, when it comes to like all like the drugs and the alcohol. And the thing is, with a band like the Four Seasons, I think it's because I always associate it with kind of like that cheesy pop sound, that I don't think that kind of the background to it would be drugs and alcohol and like blackmail and all of this sort of stuff. It was amazing. It was so incredible. And Harada Hesu, who was playing Frankie Valli, oh my god, when I hear men singing in their upper register, I'm always there going, how do they tap into that? Because obviously when you go through puberty, like, everything drops. And so you don't expect like fully grown adult men to be able to sing that high. I mean, I've always thought it when I listened to like Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, and I listened to like any other artist who uses that top register so much. And so, I mean, this guy's done Lion King. He was Timon in Lion King. He was Patsy in Spamalot. He's been Bok in Wicked. He's been Seymour in Little Shop of Horrors. Just like, I definitely need to kind of Google this guy properly and hear his more natural voice, I'll put it that way. Because yeah, his voice was absolutely incredible. And Austin Colby as Bob Gaudio, I mean, he was so good. The story talks about kind of like how they all kind of, obviously it covers the creation of the band, kind of how they found like each other. And when you think about all the different parts to it, I mean, like, you've got the musicians, you've got Frankie Valli as being like the high notes, and then you've got all these different amazing voices that work so well together to create such incredible harmonies. I mean, as somebody who loves singing in choirs and ensembles, I mean, even just doing the being a nun in The Sound of Music, working on the harmonies is like a dream. It's magic when you hear all the voices together for the first time and everybody's now the harmony. And whenever I'm in that situation, I always take at least one song or something like that, just to sit back, not sing, and just listen to how all the harmonies kind of work together. Because when you're singing it, you can't always hear everybody. Sometimes, depending on the setup of the room and how the different harmonies kind of are set up, you know, like with like soprano, alto, tenors, all that sort of stuff. When people are selected into their groups, you can either just hear your section, or if you're a sop like me who kind of goes between the top and being a mezzo as well, because I was kind of a sop. I wasn't a mezzo, I was sop 2. in The Sound of Music. So there's the sop 1s, the sop 2s and the mezzos. So I'm used, to be honest, I'm quite used to being right at the top. And for The Sound of Music, I was not right at the top. And it wasn't until I was not at the top that I realised how loud the top can be. Because when I have been in choirs and I've been on the top notes, there's always some point during the rehearsal process when they say, can the sops please come, you know, just get a bit quieter, can they just work on the volume a little bit? Because at the moment all we're hearing is the sops, and I've never experienced that until probably The Sound of Music. Because I'd be singing and then suddenly I'd be just like, the sops are really loud. They've got, the majority of the time they've got the tune, and you know, when you haven't got the tune, obviously you're trying to work on your harmonies and you're trying to get the tune out of your head, but at the same time you've got that tune coming through from the tops, and so there comes a point when you can't hear anything else. And yeah, when you listen to like the harmonies in all the songs though, because I mean, when you got to look at the songs that are in the show, they've even got a bit at the top here that says the ones that got away, which are songs that are obviously very famous songs that didn't actually make it into the show. But when you look at the musical numbers, it starts off with a French version of Oh What a Night called C'est Soirée là, and it's supposed to be Paris 2000, and it's kind of got like a rap to it. And then it goes into silhouettes. You've got You're the Apple of My Eye, I Can't Give You Anything But Love, Earth Angel's a beautiful song, Sunday Kind of Love, My Mother's Eyes, I Go Away, Who Wears Short Shorts, I'm in the Mood for Love, Moody's Mood for Love, Cry For Me, An Angel Cried made me want to cry. That's a beautiful song. Ariana Grande sampled it in the Upside Down one. I can't remember what the album was called, but yeah, so yeah. Then there's I Still Care, Chance, Sherry, Big Girls Don't Cry, Walk Like a Man, Oh What a Night, 7/1963, My Boyfriend's Back, My Eyes Adored You, Dawn Go Away, Walk Like a Man, that was the reprise. And then we've got Big Man in Town, Begging, Stay, Let's Hang On to What We've Got, Opus 17, Don't You Worry About Me, Bye Bye Baby, Come On Marianne, Can't Take My Eyes Off of You, Working My Way Back to You, Fallen Angel, Ragdoll, and Who Loves You. They kind of go over kind of like the most famous ones right at the end so that you can kind of sing along. And to be honest, I think there were points where in my head I was just like, I did not realise that was the Four Seasons. I didn't realise that song was Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. How did it never get to me that they wrote that song or they did that song? And I think it's because there were, even though kind of they were like the first of their kind of type when it comes to the sound of the music, but after that people really clamped onto that sound and they created that sound more with like other artists. So I hope that actually makes sense, because I feel like I'm just talking without thinking. But yeah, the show was absolutely fantastic. No weak point. As I said, being sat where I was, I got to see little glimpses of kind of backstage and the smoothness of them getting things on and off stage, which was so cool. I haven't watched the film, but I do want to see the film. I think that seems the next progression on me knowing about this story, to watch the film and kind of get that side of it. It was so good. And I think I might actually read you the bit that says the ones that got away. So the songs that got away were Ain't That a Shame, Candy Girl, Don't Think Twice, Girl Come Running, Reese, I Make a Fool of Myself, I Got You Under My Skin, Marlena, New Mexican Rose, Our Day Will Come, Ronnie, Save It For Me, Silver Star, Swearing to God, Tell It to the Rain, The Sun Ain't Gonna Shine Anymore, To Give the Reason I Live, Watch the Flowers Grow, and Will You Love Me Tomorrow. Because it's not just like the Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, it's the songs that they all wrote individually as well, which I think is a really clever way to do it. You're not just looking at the history of just the band, you're looking at the history of every single member of the band. And you know, like the musicians were on stage. I mean, we all gave everybody a standing ovation at the end. The drummer, who was like dead centre right at the back, and so you could see the drummer clear as day. It was just so incredible. As I said, like, there was no bad things about it. I don't think you have to be a complete know all the songs by Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons to enjoy it. it works as kind of a standalone show in a way, but you know, if you want to know about the history of Frankie Valli in the 4 seasons, you can go see it. If you just like the songs, go see it. If you just want to find something new and, you know, you don't know about the history of it, just go see it. It's heartwarming, it's a little bit sad at times, because obviously you're touching on a true story, and I do find it so cool that Frankie Valli's granddaughter's gone in to the show now, because I can't imagine what it would be like to play your own grandmother on stage in New York. That must be incredible. But yeah, brilliant show, no bad points, just an incredible experience and a great way to finish off my fantastic birthday treat to New York. I'm so thankful to my mum and dad for just everything they did, you know, with in regards to getting us there, and, you know, with the theatre tickets and stuff. And I say another thank you to Ria for telling me about the app that helped us kind of get the discounts, and obviously the tickets box office in Times Square was incredible as well, and they let you see things, and yeah, it was just so good, and the whole trip was just incredible. And I can't believe this is the last review that I'm filming. That seems to have gone really quickly. But yes, so thank you for watching my theatre reviews. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. You can chat to me in the comments, and I guess I'll have to think of some new content now. But yeah, I'll see you next week.